Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Houston Sports Talk back in the video today, and today we're going to be talking about the Houston Rockets, as the Houston Rockets are surprising everyone right now. The Houston Rockets are 6-3, and as a Rockets fan, I will tell you, going into the season, I expected good things for the Houston Rockets. I expected them to be a big surprise in the league this year. I expected them to show some really good things throughout the season and show that they're not a bottom team in the Western Conference or in the NBA anymore. And they would show some potential to potentially make it into the play-in game. But I didn't see this. I didn't see a 6-game winning streak. I didn't see potential 6-3 start. I was not expecting this. I did make, before the season started, I made a game-by-game prediction for each game. And I think to start off the season, I had the Rockets going 4-5, which is not bad. I wasn't too off. The Rockets are 6-3, so it's not like I had the Rockets being terrible to start off the first 9 games of the season. Just they're better than I thought they would have been in the first 9 games of the season. And for anybody who's going to say that they've beaten some teams who've been without their best players, it's just excuses right now. Because look, I mean, throughout this 6-game winning streak, you have the Charlotte Hornets. You know, I know the Charlotte Hornets are the Charlotte Hornets, but the Rockets won by 10 points. They played a great game. Then you had the Sacramento Kings twice. I know you'll say De'Aaron Fox did not play in that ball game, and that's why the Rockets won. But it's not like there was a close game. It's not like the Rockets won in a close game. The Rockets beat the Kings by first game won by 18. At one point, we're up by 20. They won 107-89. Then they ended up beating the Kings again, 122-97. Won by 25 points. At one point, we're up by 40. So I don't think you can really say De'Aaron Fox was out when at one point you're down 40 points. You lost the game by 25. It just doesn't make sense to make excuses for that. Then the next game, you got the Los Angeles Lakers. Sure, Anthony Davis is out. That's a huge loss for the Lakers. Anthony Davis is great. He's their second best player outside of LeBron. Lakers still have LeBron James, Austin Reeves. LeBron James is supposedly the GOAT, right? I'm not saying that. I'm not saying he is. But you guys say LeBron James is the GOAT. Sure, he should be able to take on the Houston Rockets, especially when he still has Austin Reeves and some other really solid players on their team. You know, he's the GOAT. You know, he can beat anybody. He should be able to beat the Rockets. No, they lose by 34 points. At one point, they were down by like 36 or 37. You can't. I just don't think you can make excuses when, yes, if the Rockets would have won that game by 5, 3, or just a little, if the Rockets would have won by at most 10 points, sure, make the excuse that there's no Anthony Davis. Because sure, if Anthony Davis wasn't playing, if Anthony Davis was playing, and you won by only 10, I'm sure the Rockets probably would have lost. But when you lose by 34 points, I don't think Anthony Davis really can do anything. And then what was the next win after that? Then we beat the Pelicans. This is where you can make an excuse for missing players, because the Rockets only won by 3 points. The Rockets didn't play their best game. They struggled a lot. But the Rockets won by 3, and they came back. Although the Pelicans still have Brandon Ingram and Zion Williamson, 2 All-Stars, you shouldn't be making any excuses. Again, fans and other randoms keep making excuses for the Rockets wins. No CJ McCollum. I understand that because the Rockets only won by 3. And then the Denver Nuggets game. The Rockets beat the Denver Nuggets 107-104. And everybody's saying, oh, Jamal Murray's out. And I know I said that if you beat them by 3 points or more or less, or a little bit more or less, then you can make excuses. But Nikola Jokic is the best player in the world, and he just dropped 36, 21, and 11 on the Rockets, and the Rockets just beat them. The Rockets have played excellent basketball so far this season, but the Nuggets, even without Jamal Murray, are a way better team than the Houston Rockets. So that's still an impressive win for the Rockets. But let's get into some player stats for this team right now. Who's been the best player on this team and is still, I think, one of the most underrated players in the NBA? Alperen Sengun, who's averaging 19.4 points per game, 8.2 rebounds per game, and 6 assists per game as well. Jalen Green's averaging 19 points per game with 5 rebounds per game and 3 assists per game, while Fred VanVleet's averaging 17 points per game with 3.5 rebounds per game, 8 assists per game, which is like top 5 in the NBA. Dillon Brooks is top 5 in three-point percentage in the NBA. He's been one of the best three-point shooters this season. He's been excellent on the defensive end. Has been a big impact player for the Rockets on defense. I've been talking so much Texans and Rockets over the last couple days, with both of these teams starting to shine up and starting to rise up together. So that's my bad right there. But Dillon Brooks is averaging 14 points per game for the Rockets right now with 4.2 rebounds per game, and has been playing excellent defensively, averaging 1.2 steals per game. Jabari Smith Jr., who's only getting 28 minutes per night, is averaging 12 and 7. Then you have two guys who've been playing excellent basketball off the bench, and Jeff Green and Jayshawn Tate. Jeff Green just dropped 15 points against his former team. He's averaging 7 and 4 for the Rockets. Shooting great from three as well. Jayshawn Tate's averaging 7 and 4 as well, and has been the best defensive player for the Houston Rockets so far. You can argue Dillon Brooks, but I think Jayshawn Tate has been the best defensive player. He had the game-winning steal last night. He's averaging 1.6 steals per game, a half a block per game. He's been a big impact player for this Rockets defense right now. Tari Eason has only played 3 games this season and right now is on a minute restriction for the Rockets, but is playing excellent basketball, averaging 6 points per game and also near 8 rebounds per game. He's been the best rebounder on the Rockets team when he's been healthy. And they're doing this without Amen Thompson, who is the 4th overall pick and is explosive and is our backup point guard. So, and the Rockets have been excellent from 3 this season. So right now, the Houston Rockets, in my opinion, have been one of the biggest surprises in the NBA so far, and I'm really excited to see what they can continue to do. Can they keep this up? I think that's going to be the biggest question for this team. That's it for the video. If you guys enjoyed them, or thoughts, and peace out. Go Rockets.